Hi folks, this is Kirkalmighty here. This is episode, I don't remember, 9 I think maybe, could be 10. We're on, I believe, about turn 12 now. This is my Advanced Tactics Gold multiplayer game versus the Ironduke. As you recall, last turn I had sent these paratroopers back here. Well, he actually flushed them out pretty easy. Because of his artillery, really. If you look at this, look at how much damage he did with these artillery. He knocked out more than half of those guys. You got to presume that readiness was down to like 0 after that, just about. Yet the other guys with heavy artilleries knocked them down half. Then he was just able to knock them out there with a couple attacks. So they're only able to disrupt supplies for one turn. Excuse me. So I wanted to show you, before I made my turn here, what the map looked like. And then I will pause this video and then we'll continue on after I do my turn. Because I want you to see this line before I make, because I am going to make my attempt to break apart this line a little. Rommel's hidden light armor is sitting up here, and we got 4 of them now, and I'm going to move them down this turn and try to break things apart down here, and we'll see how that goes. Also, I have to think about this, because I just my artillery almost knocked that fortress out right there last turn. I think it had like 300 structure left after I was done. Now it's at, I don't know what it's at now. You can see the little bar on it. It's, I don't know, about halfway, I guess. Doesn't say what the lock value is on it now, does it? But so I thought about, I hit it again this turn. I'm going to knock that lock out, and then maybe I can attack this weak point in the line. Those guys will, I could probably beat it. But I'm also looking at this extremely overstacked city here right now too. So I'm considering actually moving my artillery up and pounding on this city, and it could possibly reduce some of the readiness on these fighters here too. And they may not do any intercepts because of that. And I might actually cause a lot of casualties because it's so overstacked here. That's just a target-rich environment for my artillery. Despite the fact that they're in a city, I might still hit a lot of guys. So I have to contemplate that one here. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and then we'll pick it back up after I take my turn. Okay, let's see. I finished my move now, and I'm a pretty happy guy right now because the trickster, Mr. Erwin Rommel, his attack was wildly successful. He just blasted a big hole right through that line down there, and actually gained control of the road right here. So that's already going to slow down stuff coming through here. It's going to have to work its way around. That's a pretty small workaround right there, not too bad. I think he's going to take a hit for the zones of control there, so almost might be better just to work it around like that. I don't know. Well, I guess there is no zone of control there, right? Even though it's bordering, I don't know, it may still be more. But this is going to slow down and hurt things a little bit. I did a couple more pair drops down here. I moved this one back a little ways so it doesn't get pounded so bad with the artillery to try and cut this city right here, the only road going into this city. I wanted to drop directly on the oil, but apparently it doesn't let you pair drop directly on jungle, so I was able to pair drop on the paddy right here. If he doesn't move anything down there, I'm just going to move on there and gain control of that oil next turn, or zone of control will give me control of it. I'm guessing he's probably going to create a counter there and strategically move something over there. I mean, that's what I would do to try and keep me from gaining control of it. Either way, it gives him something. He's going to have to focus on that now. But this, I mean, I just blasted apart everything he had around here, and was able to advance forward. His line was up here, and you can see every one of these stack I just blasted into pieces. I actually got a second attack on a couple of them, just about completely wiped them out. Took out a bunch of his arty that was sitting up there on the front line too. I've got his headquarters surrounded here now. with these heavy artillery. It was very successful. And Rommel's got 2 more. Actually, I've got 2 more. That's probably all I'll give him for now. 2 more light armor formations coming into Rommel's command this turn. I used quite a bit of oil that round, so I actually upgraded an oil resource right here. Next turn, I will probably upgrade one up here, and possibly this raw down here too, because I've been struggling with raw the whole game. Got to keep that production going. I haven't built any more factories yet, because I just haven't got enough raw to actually justify doing it. It takes all the raw I've got coming in right now just to keep up with what I am producing. But I'm loving this. I'm going to be able to, he's not going to be able to react to this well enough to stop me from really just moving down here and just taking complete control of this. This is also going to leave his factory vulnerable down here at some point. Leeb, he got weakened quite a bit here from his artillery attacks, but Leeb will swing around this way like this and start to wrap around Cans down there. And of course over here, Klug's he's got forces all the way over here too. Klug's gonna start wrapping around and surrounding this city right here. And Rommel's gonna, I don't know what I may do with him. I may actually make a pivot with him too. And while Leeb is wrapping around the south side of Cans, I think Rommel might actually push straight through here. And he's going to be vulnerable on a lot of things back here. Rommel might just be able to grab control of some of this stuff. I don't know yet. I mean, we'll just have to play that by ear. It's definitely going to be very interesting, because this is going to take him a little time to try and react to this. I've got some trucks rolling into the Rommel's HQ, and just a few flak too, to try and that way he can stay mobile enough to keep up with his light armor here. Nothing much really still going on up north up here. I don't think I suffered too many losses with the aircraft. I actually did an air attack down here along this line, and oh yes, I did do the artillery attack on this city, which didn't cause a lot of kills. I think I actually did take out one of his heavy artillery though. But it succeeded in doing what I wanted to do, and that was it suppressed this air enough. In other words, it reduced the readiness enough that these fighters, they did not run any intercept missions at all. So I think I did a bomber attack down here. I did my airdrops, which this bomber attack, this airdrop could have potentially have been intercepted. I did a bomber attack somewhere on this line right here, which also should have been intercepted. No interceptions on any of them. I was able to suppress these aircraft, lower their radius enough that they didn't intercept. So even though I didn't take down this. I damaged it with my infantry guns, but even though I didn't destroy that fortress there, I'm definitely happy that I suppressed all these fighters. I suppressed them, and they couldn't do what they really needed to do there. And so this round and this attack has gone very well. I'm a happy guy right now. We'll see how my opponent responds. I'm sure he's going to bite me in the tush with something. I also did an attack right here. I came in and I pounded it with my arty. I hit it with these 2 level bombers. And the weaker units on each one of these stacks, one of each of these, they did another artillery bombardment with their infantry guns. And then with the stronger unit, I actually did an assault. The assault was unsuccessful. I lost a lot of SMGs, but that's all I lost. And these guys are just extremely weak now. You can just see how weak they are. So by alternating, you can see the stronger unit was the one who was the weaker one this round, and all he did was a barrage. Next turn, he's going to be the strong one, and these guys will be the weak ones. So one more round of that, and it's going to be gone. So I don't know if he's going to bother to try and hold this hex, or if he's just going to pull out of it. He may just pull out of it like he did up here and realize he can't hold it. But I only got it from 3 sides this time instead of 4, so he may decide to try and hold it. If he tries to hold it, I believe that I am going to take it this round. I'm reasonably reasonably sure that this next round I will be able to take it. I'll just alternate these, and I will use the weaker ones to do infantry gun barrage on it. I'll hit the barrage there again, and hopefully next round I'll take that out. But you can see I'm going to have over 80 political points here after this turn. For going to the next turn, I'm probably going to use 40 to upgrade. Let's see, upgrade this raw, and 40 to upgrade that oil. I need to upgrade a little. I need the extra resources to step up my offense. Rommel's going to need that oil. He's got a lot of light armored vehicles there, armored cars. I went with armored cars because it takes half as many raw to build an armored car. It takes 10 raw to build an armored car, 20 to build a light tank. The combat, they use the same amount of fuel as a light tank, and the combat stats are a little better with a light tank, but with my limited resources here on raw, I want an armored car. And what I need these guys for is to attack infantry, to kill infantry. And let's see here. If we compare this guy to a light tank, I think it's pretty much just on par with a light tank against infantry. There's really not much difference there. Where is standard light tank at? Oh, here's light tank here. Let's look at that. Yeah, look at the attack stats versus infantry there. I mean, it's the same. They attack infantry at the exact same attack points. So same number of attacks and everything. Yeah, so versus infantry, they're just as good as light tank, and that's what I need them for right now. I'm not going to be using them to engage his rhinos. Some of his rhinos might come down and engage my light tanks, but we'll deal with that when it happens. His rhinos, the more he moves around out in the open, the more he's going to be exposing them and getting them away from some of his flak. He's got a lot of flak sitting out there now to try and protect these guys. And these rhinos down here are basically immobile because he's got the flak attached right to them. He can't move them. They're too heavy. Look at that. He can't move that. I mean, it's just sitting there as a defensive unit is all it is. Of course, he is playing the French. Isn't that kind of what the French did with their tanks? Well, I think with that, I'm going to end this video, and we'll see what the Ironduke does in response. He surprises me and does crazy things that I don't expect, and I couldn't believe how easily he took out my paratroopers down here. Didn't like the way he just wiped out my base over here, my air base. So I'm expecting some kind of surprises from him, but I don't know how. There's only so much he's going to be able to do to stop this down here. I don't think he's going to be able to. And I'm going to have 2 more. I'm going to have 6 of these armored car stacks run down. I only lost 1 armored car in that whole attack right there. The rest of them all survived. I'm going to have 6 of these formations down here now, and they're just gonna plow right through here, I think. And he's going to be having to scramble to do something about it. And I'm definitely going to cut this road like I wanted and cut off this area from the rest of his production. If he's probably going to, what I would do is I'd run some engineers over here or something and try to, as soon as I could, establish a road right here. That would be what I would do. He's probably going to be, and I'm sure he's going to be really wondering where I'm going with these armored cars. If I'm going to head south to Mende or if I'm going to cut west. I think I'm probably going to cut west. Because if I can cut these roads down here, it doesn't matter if he does a road over there. If I take this junction down here, then there's just no chance of reestablishing any contact down here with this stuff. He's going to be in a hurting situation down there for sure. Anyway, I better end this video here now. We're getting a little long, and we'll see what the Ironduke does on his turn, so stay tuned for the next episode.